Yeah, thanks, Richard. Steve, good afternoon, good evening. 7 here to look forward to. It is actually very pleasant. The temperature's nice. The apprentice jockeys have been out in plenty of good time to get out, and the horses have been out on track for a while. One thing I'd say is it's not quite as strong as it was, but when we were having a look at the horses in the parade ring a few minutes ago, the wind was, I'm not saying it'd take your breath away, but it was quite strong, and the direction of that will be in favour of blowing the horses up towards the winning line, and behind them there'll be a tailwind on the home straight. So for these horses anyway, where they won't be running down the back as such, it'll be carrying them towards the winning line. We'll see who comes out best. Q20 Boy's 11-4 and has been strong in the market, relatively speaking. Often runs good races here. 25-1 winner at Wolverhampton earlier on in the season. Q20 Boy, and goes for Alicia Perkins, whose 2 career successes have actually been on this very horse, knows him very well indeed, and the first of which was here over 6 furlongs last September. Looks at the draw in 2 here. There is a reasonable pace on. It's a 5 furlong race, but there should be a reasonable pace as well. Battle of Baltimore can certainly get on with things. Further down, Oh No Joe can get on with things as well for Jess Macy, who's brought Darkside Prince, one of her stable flag bearers, to Chelmsford on a number of occasions. It's a really good effect as well, so there shouldn't be too much hanging about. Q20 Boy 3-1. Lewis Barnes is a 7-2 shot, a 10-race maiden. Went off one of the co-market leaders at Brighton last time, just 6 days ago. It was a little bit disappointing that day, because in fairness to him, I would argue that since the visor had been applied, he'd been running quite well. Drops into 0-52 company. Conor Planis would be certainly towards the north end of the experience scale in this context. And he's got the ride on Lewis Barnes, who's now 7-2. Battle of Baltimore, an 11-2 shot, who broke the maiden at the 15th attempt last time out at Yarmouth. That was in a classified race. But he isn't, I don't think, the most straightforward altogether. A couple of horses in that particular race at Yarmouth weren't. But he showed a good bit of speed, even though he hung to the left. And then if you stuck with the coverage after the line, you'd see that the saddle slipped and was probably slipping on the way to the line. Fortunately, all over, all fine, got across the winning line, job done, won the race. But the jockey unfortunately lost the irons after the race, but fortunately, as mentioned, once it was won. I had a slight interest in Royal Expert. He's been quite a drifter now. He was 9-1 or so earlier, formerly trained by Henry Spiller, and has now been taken on by Simon Pearce. There is Royal Expert. She ran all right, actually, on her career debut here, way back when, on her only ever outing at the track. And if they are to go a reasonable clip, a stronger run 5 would suit her. She's very lightly raced at the distance as well, so she's unexposed to a degree on both the poly track and also at the trip. But the market's not speaking favourably in the direction of the Expert Eye filly, Royal Expert. So Lewis Barnes even 3-1, Q20 Boy 3-1, Battle of Baltimore 11-2. Oh No Joe is now 15-2, one of the horses that I mentioned in dispatches, who's only once tried on the all-weather in the past, hasn't won for a good couple of years now. And then you go to the likes of Royal Expert 14s, Takana 25-1, Stephanie Osco-Moore, County Leash-based trainer, yet to train a winner, sends the horse here, the horse who didn't beat a rival on yard debut last time and appears to have been regressive since winning at Bellestown some 3 years ago. So we'll see how that form can translate longer term, what the horse has been doing over in Ireland, to the UK, for all that you wouldn't have taken too much by way of positively last time out. Right, we can go up, as unfortunately, horse I mentioned earlier, rears a bit. That's Royal Expert, and wish a very good afternoon, early evening to Derek Thompson.
A play. Carl with just one horse playing up in the starting stalls, Royal Expert. Last one to go in is Q20 Boy. Stand by. It's Never Ordinary at Bet365, Apprentice Handicap. They're off. 10 runners over 5 furlongs, and we nearly lost Q20 Boy. Alicia Perkins sat tight and did very well to stay in the saddle. Sluggish start by Takana, and also sluggish by Royal Expert. But the one who got a good start was Colours of Freedom on the inside. On the outside, this is the grey Restricted. Then back in third is Strider. Then 3 horses virtually in line. In the blue and yellow, it's Battle of Baltimore. On the inside, in the blue-white disc, it's Lewis Barnes. And then on the outside, in the green colours, Oh No Joe. Behind that, we've got got Q20 Boy beginning to make up ground, and we've got Takana, and the back marker is Royal Expert. 2 furlongs left to run. Here they come into the home straight, and in the stripes, it's Colours of Freedom against the rails, who has the lead. Now the grey Restricted is trying to get up on the outside. Coming with a lovely run on the outside from a long way back is Q20 Boy. Also, Lewis Barnes is staying on as well. On the inside, Strider is beginning to make a move. It's Colours of Freedom who has the lead. Here comes the grey Restricted. On the wide outside, Q20 Boy might have got there. Wow, that was close. Has Q20 Boy got up? That's one for the judge.